This is Mark DuShane with Florida's Big Fish Show. Here we are at Brooker's Bait and Tackle in Leesburg, Florida. And we have the great pleasure of being with FLW champion Tim Frederick.
Man, I appreciate it, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's been a roller coaster for sure. I'm pretty excited about it. Now we get to come to my home waters where you think I got a better shot than average, but after practice, I'm not sure yet. So we'll find out. I'm a little optimistic. It was pretty slow out there.
Now, Tim, I want a little credit here because last time we were in here, I said going into the 2018 season, I think 4 or 5 victories, and then you came storming out of the gate and took the first one.
Well, you know what? I hope your prediction comes true because that would be one incredible year. I couldn't even imagine that 4 or 5 victories in a year. There's a lot of guys fishing 20 years that don't have that in a lifetime. But so far, hey, you are my good luck charm, and I appreciate that. So doing this interview today, I hope we get to do it again and on Sunday.
Now it makes my world much easier because you've already got one under the belt. I'm 25% of the way to my prediction.
That's true. That's very true, and I hope you can get 100% of your prediction. That would be an amazing deal for sure. But take it one step at a time. I'm looking forward to this event, even though I did have a kind of a lackluster practice, I guess you would call it. But it had spots of brilliance. I did catch 2 big fish in practice, which I didn't need to catch them in practice, but it just happened that way. So if I can get 1 or 2 big bites a day and just fill out the limit, I got a legitimate shot at this thing.
Well, now, for those of you who don't know, Tim grew up in this area. You know these waters pretty much better than anybody. Now it's in your own backyard. What kind of confidence does that give you going into the event?
Well, it gives me a lot of confidence, especially when it is a tough bite out there right now, because I've encountered this several times throughout the years. So I kind of have what you call spots within spots. That's a good thing. So I'm just going to be fishing high percentage areas. I'm not going to be fishing a lot of so-called dead water. So I'm going to put myself in position to, with the high percentage areas to get 5 good bites a day. If I can do that, I feel like I may not lead it after day 1 or 2, but if I can stay in the hunt, and then when there's only 30 or 10 guys out there, I feel like within striking distance, I feel like I could win it if I can make those cuts.
So it's going to be fishing all across the whole Harris chain of lakes. For those of you that don't know from other parts of the country, that includes about 10 different lakes, all the canals, all the backwater. You've been here all your life without giving away any secrets or what you're thinking about doing. What's your strategy going into this?
Well, my strategy for the first 2 days is obviously try to make the third day. Everybody's guaranteed 2 days fishing, and then they only take 30 to the third day and then 10 to the fourth day. So if I can stay local, when I say local, within 10 miles of takeoff and catch enough fish to make the top 30 cut, then on day 4, I might gamble. I might run to an area that's a long ways away just for 3 big bites. And if I can do that, I'm giving myself a realistic shot at it. And that's all I can ask for is to give myself a shot. And I promise you I will do my best. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do, whether win, lose, or draw. I'm going to fish as hard as I can, and hopefully local knowledge will help me in this one.
Well, Tim represents Lake County in Central Florida extraordinarily well. Everybody is very proud of you, as you know.
And I appreciate that.
But tell everybody, too, you had Lake Okeechobee. You won there. What was the prep and the preparation coming into this event specifically to get ready to go out and attempt to win again?
Well, to be honest with you, it's almost the same way I was fishing Lake Okeechobee, really slow and methodical and hitting out of high percentage areas. Prep-wise, I'm doing it today. I practiced, I kind of halfway prep for practice, but there's no sense in me putting new line and new baits and everything on reels that I'm going to do it again today, for tomorrow. Like tomorrow when I go out, every rod I use will have brand new line. It'll have brand new hooks, brand new, everything's going to be – I don't want no excuses. I don't want no weak links, so to speak, because we're not getting enough bites in a day right now that I can afford to break one off or lose one because of a hook. So preparation, that's my job. That's my key, because if I'm prepared, I have no excuse.
All right, so we're all familiar with what's going around here. We know the Harris Chain of Lakes. We know what makes them so special. But for the people that live in other parts of Florida and other parts of the country, what do you feel that makes the Harris Chain of Lakes so special?
Well, first of all, because I live here and I know it so well, but I've had some best days I've ever had fishing have been on this Harris chain, so it's special to me anyhow. But this time of year, when people travel in from different parts of the country, in Florida, basically from January till March or maybe the first week of April, fish spawn, and they wait for the water temperature to get a certain, and they all go shallow. So you're targeting fish that are coming in to spawn and lay their eggs, and they're big. I mean, there's 10-pounders everywhere out there right now. Now they're harder to catch. That's why they get so big. But this is the one time a year that you can target big fish. You can actually see them swimming around. You can see them on a bed. So coming from out of state, like if you're from up north and a 5-pounder's a big fish, they're in, it's like Disney. You know what I mean? It's like Disney World. Now this lake's been on fire for the past 3 weeks. I mean, it's taken 37, 38 pounds to win on 5 fish. That's a big, that's an average of 7 pounds of fish. That's huge. However, when we all rolled back into town, they shut down. It's been so hot for like a month now, 3 weeks. So they're kind of, they'll go in, spawn, and go back out. So they're kind of in transition. After they spawn, they don't want to do nothing. They want to be like us. We're lazy. We want to sit around. They kind of recover, so to speak, and then they'll move back out and start feeding real heavily again. But we're kind of in that lull period, so it's going to be a grind for all of us for sure. There's no doubt about it. But any cast could be that 10-pounder. That's what makes this place special. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. You can catch a bunch of little fish all day, and then all of a sudden you catch that giant, 8, 9, 10 pounds, and those are difference makers. Those are what gets you paid. And that's ultimately we're all here trying to get paid. So if we can get 1 or 2 of them a day, I think our chances are good.
Absolutely. Well, you're gonna have to help me. I predicted 4 victories this year, so we've got 1.
No pressure, right?
No pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Tim Frederick, champion of the FLW.
Oh, that's a good ring. I want to hear it say multiple time champion.
Soon to be multiple champion of the FLW, representing Central Florida in a tremendous way.
Yes, Lake County, as you know, that's my primary sponsor is Lake County Tourism, and I can't say enough about Lake County. They have put together a staff down there that's passionate, like for the sport that I am, that I'm so passionate about, and they're realizing the tourism dollars it can bring, bass fishing on a high level. So hopefully they're very happy with me. I know I'm happy with them, and I look forward to representing them for years to come.
Thank you, Tim, and Thank you, Tim, and best of luck out there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys.